Module 7, Part 2, Post-Campaign Media Evaluation. Assessing the media performance holistically requires a holistic framework with at least 3 measures of impact, with varying emphasis depending on the objectives of each media tactic. Audience reach. Are you reaching the right audiences and doing so both effectively and efficiently? Brand lift. Are you educating these audiences and shifting awareness and consideration? And response. Is the media generating new or returning customers? The choice of post-campaign evaluation techniques partly depends on where in the purchase funnel you can measure. For upper funnel impact, that would be brand lift or brand tracking, and lower funnel impact, market mix modeling or multi-touch attribution. And remember that while different evaluation methods can produce different results, these can all help determine how to deliver the greatest impact from the media spend. Brand lift helps determine the plan's impact on attitudes and opinion. These brand lift studies help you measure the impact of the ad campaign on the brand, and there's several ways to measure brand lift and identify the successful elements of the media plan. Here's an example where the media campaign exposure drove lifts in all funnel measures. And you can see among those exposed a significant lift, percentage point lift in all of the measures from awareness through to purchase intent to prefer brand most. You can also look at the results by media channel. So here we can see the similar example, looking at control versus exposed and the lift for radio compared to television. Brand tracking is a longer-term assessment of the ad plus media impact. These studies aim to measure the success of brand building initiatives based on the impact they have on the consumer and on the business. The most successful brand tracking studies will combine both business-focused KPIs and consumer-focused KPIs for a holistic view. And on the left, we can see some consumer KPI examples, such as brand preference or loyalty or recall. And the business KPIs on the right are elements such as customer retention, sales, market share, and price premium. Ideally, tracking of media impact on sales should be done in the same households. The measurement of TV and other media or marketing exposure and purchase behavior over time for the same individual or household is known as single source, and this helps to control for external factors that could explain the results. And here you can see a visual depiction of how this testing is done. You need to match the media and purchase behavior, establish test and control groups, exposed versus unexposed, and measure the incremental sales impact among those exposed. Single source analysis enables a deep dive into what is driving sales. So is it the level of loyalty among non-buyers or switchers or loyals? And how can you break that down to look at the elements contributing to those sales and which parts are being increased, whether it's the dollar purchase amount, the number of shopping trips, or the brand penetration, or the buy rate. Connecting exposure to outcomes helps demonstrate media impact. And here we can see those who saw the ad, which kinds of customers or consumers are more likely to have seen the ad, and then looking at it again, saw the ad and visited the location. Marketing mix models help explain the marketing and media impact on sales post-campaign. And the goal of the MMM is to understand after the campaign has run how much each marketing input contributed to sales and how much should be spent on each marketing input. So these models help to understand the effectiveness of each input in terms of the return on investment. In other words, a marketing input with higher return on investment is more effective as a medium than a marketing input with a lower ROI. MMMs usually use a regression technique, and the analysis performed through regression is further used to extract key insights and information. There are 2 basic outputs: baseline, the revenue or outcomes that occur without any marketing or media spend, and incrementality, the revenue attributed to marketing and media. MMM helps to determine the optimal marketing and media budgets and to quantify media synergy. MMM takes many factors into account: macroeconomics, media channels, competitive activities, seasonality, pricing and promotion, and marketing strategies. And this is covered in greater detail in other courses within this program. Multi-touch attribution analyzes the individual impact of each media touchpoint in leading to an outcome. It helps to determine how the credit for sales and conversions is assigned to touchpoints throughout the consumer journey. It looks at the value each touchpoint played in driving the sale or conversion and assigns fractional credit to each one. And it reduces bias by algorithmically giving credit to each media touchpoint, analyzing user-level data across all response-measured channels, such as direct mail, paid search, or digital display, with the end goal of investing more in those channels that can drive greater impact and revenue. There are three basic models of multi-touch attribution: rules-based single touch, either last touch or first touch; rules-based multi-touch, even weighting, where each touch point is given equal credit; position-based, where the first and last touch point get the greater credit; and time decay, where the percentage of credit to each touch point builds over time. And then the algorithmic multi-touch, using fractional attribution, where machine learning calculates and assigns credit to each touch point's role in delivering the outcome; and incremental attribution, with a lift in outcome due only to ad spend, accounting for other factors. And again, multi-touch attribution is covered in more detail in other courses within this program. A summary here of what we've covered in Module 7, evaluating a media plan, including the role of creative, differentiated measurement approaches within media planning, and how to write, through your last assignment, how to create a written recommendation on applying research to a media plan.